What's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the $50,000+ week that I just had, plus how I just broke past the elusive 100K mark in my Robinhood account for the first time today. All right, so this video is going to be a little different. I have made a few videos pretty similar to this recently. So a couple weeks ago, I had the 18K a day video where I talked about my general investing thesis. Just a few days ago, I had the 20K a day, biggest day yet, where I covered a few takeaways that just I personally reflect on after big days like that. But I don't want to be too repetitive with these videos. I want to try to bring something new to the table. So this video, I want to be a conversation and just kind of a story time about my story, my journey as a trader, what's led me to this point, and just a few insights and takeaways that I want to share with you guys about how I operate as a trader. All right, so forgive me if I'm a little all over the place. This is pretty off the cuff. I do have a general idea of what we're going to cover, so we will go over the topics that we're going to talk about, and then we'll just dive in and start talking. All right, if you're not interested in this, that's all good with me. That's just perfectly fine. So peace out. But yeah, if you guys want to stick around, I look forward to just having kind of a fireside chat with you guys and talking story. Okay, so over the course of this video, we will touch on Robinhood. It's the way I kick all these videos off, have it reflected right here for you guys. So we will just take a look on today's price action, this past week's price action on Robinhood. We will then go on to, I'm going to minimize this a little bit. We will blow this back up. Don't worry. Let's put that right there. We will then go on to, I want to read for you guys the newsletter that I wrote this morning. Okay, so I do plug this a lot, but I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know what to expect when I talk about a newsletter and portfolio. So this is half of that product. This is the newsletter that I send out every single morning during market hours. So I want to read this with you guys, just give you guys an idea of what this newsletter looks like. And honestly, going to plug it right now. I feel zero guilt about plugging the newsletter because I mean the numbers are just validating everything. So if you're not part of the newsletter yet, what are you doing? First link in the description. Check it out if you're interested. But again, I just want to share this with you guys, just give you guys an idea of what it looks like. And again, today was a pretty solid one, so I'm excited to share this. And then I want to show you guys as well just a little vision board. Okay, so this is a super janky if you can barely call this a vision board, but something that I made for myself at the beginning of the year. You can see Robinhood 100K is on there. So this was a big milestone for me. This was a big benchmark for me. I just straight Googled this, like found a Google picture of this and put it on this vision board. So, I mean, Gladiator accomplished, 100K accomplished now. You guys can watch a Gladiator video on my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. I do have a video of me getting the Gladiator, kind of building it up a little bit. But 2 down, travel's a wash, and I just still have to make this mental supplement, get this manufactured, okay? So I will talk about health a little bit in this video. Going to kind of go all over the place, probably go on some tangents. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about my story as a trader and what I feel is important and just things that I want to share with you guys that I haven't before. Okay, so let's kick it off with Robinhood. I will give you guys a few key takeaways as far as the trades are concerned. Just talk about that a little bit because I know you guys do want to hear that. So let's just dive right in. All right. So you can see closing the day at $98,000 at a high today. We were at $106,000, 747 is actually my number, so that's kind of nice. That was today's high. Unfortunately, we didn't close the day up 100K. That's perfectly fine with me, you guys, if you understand kind of my trading style. I'm a swing trader, not a day trader, so I do still have some open positions here. I did take some profits after days like today, but do still have some open positions because I am bullish. All right, so we'll go to the week here, up $45,000 in the week. I want you guys to understand that this is my options trading account. You can see I have probably 1 to 2% of this is stocks. That's why you can see the after hours movement. But I do have a completely separate stock portfolio that did very well this week and a cryptocurrency portfolio that I'm sure if you guys are familiar with crypto, you know that's doing very well right now as well. So probably closer to like 65, almost 70K in profits so far this week already. So cut me some slack if you're like, that's 45K, that's not 50K. Just understand that I have multiple accounts, okay? So, but again, talking about Robinhood here, we're just looking at Robinhood. Great week, great day. Super thankful for days like today. Super thankful I get to share days like today with you guys. And a few takeaways, all right? 1, take asymmetric bets, all right? Asymmetric risk, I talk about this a lot. If you're not sure what that is, go Google it, go figure it out. It's a very important but simple principle that I base all my trades around. Okay, so almost every trade I make is what I believe to be an asymmetric bet. All right, 2 is, this is something I haven't talked about as well. 2 is you have to study the macroeconomic landscape and the general financial markets, not just the stocks you're trading. Okay, I spend probably 90% of my time focusing on the macroeconomic backdrop, the just general like macroeconomic fundamentals and the financial markets as a whole, as opposed to specific stocks, okay? And that's because you have to get gains like this. And if you guys have been following me, you know this. I jump on fundamental trends early. I'm a swing trader. I swing trade fundamental trends, okay? I'm not a technical trader, although we do cover technicals and I do put weight on technicals. That's why I chose not to be a day trader. I tried it. I didn't like it. I don't like staring at a chart. I don't like technicals dictating what trades I make. I like spotting a global, like macroeconomic fundamental trend and just sticking it out, getting a position, establishing a position, riding that wave until I feel like it's fading out, and then I'll take some profits, okay? So for example, the COVID-related biotechs. Again, if you've been keeping up with the channel, talking about those months before they exploded, okay? Moderna, Novio, Novavax, vaccines, the treatments, Sorrento just now was a huge contributor over this past week. So caught that trend before other people do. Again, COVID, number one enemy of the world. That's a fundamental trend. Obviously, biotech companies are working towards a solution. We're going to do well. Right now, Riot and Mara are the two key drivers of today's price action specifically. These are Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin's popping off. Bitcoin in a world where governments are printing trillions of dollars. Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency space, serves a legitimate purpose and a very important place in the future of the financial markets. In a world where the current financial system is, agree or not, I would say pretty broken, okay? So that made sense to me. It makes perfect sense. I was expecting this, you guys. I've been posting videos about these. So they're finally taking off. But again, you guys, you need to do the research. That's a big thing. I spend like 90% of my day probably just doing research. And that's what I've been doing for years. And that's how you get good at this game. Okay, you have to be willing to dedicate the time all day from multiple pools of sources that I've accumulated over the years: podcasts, books, YouTube videos, blog posts, articles, newsletters, just constantly consuming information that I believe will give me leverage and put me one step ahead of my competitors, okay? You have to work harder than your competitors or else they'll be outworking you and they'll take your money, all right? So you have to work harder than the next guy. The market is very good at rewarding those who put in the work. All right, so remember that. The third, last one, and then we'll get into the newsletter, is you have to practice strong hands. And this is also something I say in the newsletter a lot, sometimes in the videos, but practice strong hands, you guys, okay? I've learned this over the course of bubbles, and this especially applies when you're doing, kind of taking this approach to just spotting a fundamental trend and riding the wave, riding it until it fades out or until you think it peaks. All right, so right now, Riot and Mara, for example, you're seeing crazy volatility. That's to be expected, though, in small stocks and small revolutionary innovational stocks. Volatility is to be expected, and you have to be able to stomach the red days. You need that thick skin, all right? And if you believe in something long-term, which is, again, how I establish positions, I'll never take on a position that I'm not fundamentally bullish on. If I know I'm bullish on something, I'll accept the red days. And that's just something that comes with experience, with time in the game, with reps in. And that's such an important thing, you guys, and I really just want to get that message across. You have to practice strong hands. The strong hands always win in the long run. And again, that's because a lot of people panic sell, especially if you're newer to the game. You see panic selling. That's the biggest way you lose money, is when you lose the rational sight of where you know things are going, or where you're very confident things are going, and you see a red day, you get weak and you panic sell. All right, so you need to develop that thick skin, a strong stomach to be able to withstand the red days, because trust me, it does pay off in the long run, especially if you're hopping on these again, world-changing revolutionary trends. All right, so we'll call it there, you guys. Let's close out Robinhood, because you guys pretty much got the point here. Again, look at that. Beautiful, 100K. That was, we'll pull this up real quick, you guys, just to cover this fast. Here, let's close this. Quit that, bring this to the middle, and then we'll go into the newsletter, all right? So, 2020 vision, I made this obviously before the year started. Super bootleg. Honestly, I make ones pretty nicer than this. I've been doing this for a long time. But I had the Gladiator. Again, got the Gladiator in March. That was a surprise to me. I'm super pumped on that. 100K, I just took this picture off Google, and I finally reached it today. Got a few months to spare, too, so I'm excited about that. Travel, unfortunately, with the lockdowns, pandemic right now, that's kind of a wash, and I'm very happy doing this and hanging out with you guys and spending time building this community. So that's all right. I'll throw that to 2021. That can wait. And then health, you guys. I want to talk. If you guys have followed my Instagram, you would see that I posted a cold plunge yesterday. If you're not, at Waves Capital is the investor page. At Royce Jacob is just my personal page. Check out my IGs if you haven't. But I take my health very seriously. I take probably 20 to 25 supplements every day. And whatever you want to say about supplements, I've been very geek about biohacking, health, fitness for a long time, for the majority of my life. And the thing I think about supplements is like, even if they only give you a 5% edge, so say you take a bunch of supplements that makes you perform 5% better, that 5% better could be the difference between a win and a loss, okay? Between failing and succeeding. All right, so that's how you have to think. We work, especially in a game of trading, you're working on fine margins, okay? This is a game of small margins. So you have to be willing to put in the time. Again, put in the effort, make the effort to get every edge you possibly can. And healthy body, healthy mind, you guys. A healthy body contributes to optimal mental performance. All right, so that's how I think. Just take care of your body, guys. This is getting a little ranty, but again, you guys, this is just kind of story time. I want to talk to you guys about how I think, and just these little things that I think contribute to my success as a trader on YouTube and every aspect of life. Okay, so again, you guys, I've been trading just to get this out of the way. I started trading in 2015, very casually, started in 2015. In 2017, I mentioned this before, the first cryptocurrency rally came, first crypto market bull run, made a lot of money. That's the first time I've ever made a lot of money in my life trading. That got me hooked. That got me hooked on the crypto space. That got me hooked on making money and excelling and building my skill, developing my skills as a trader, honing my sword. And that ever since 2017, I've got more serious. I just went full time where trading is my primary source of income as of about a year, just under a year ago. And then I started making YouTube videos about 6 months ago. All right. So I love where I'm at right now. I'm super grateful to be sharing these experiences with you guys. And again, you guys, just kind of, you have to take every aspect of your life into account, not just trading. Like I said, it relates to what I said about the financial markets. Don't just study individual stocks, although you do. When you're confident on a sector, if you've narrowed down a sector and you've narrowed down a few stocks you really like, obviously study up on those stocks to the proper amount. But you need to focus on the big picture, and the big picture is what matters. The more you refine your vision on the big picture, the more you educate yourself on the big picture and are mindful of just kind of the macro environment and everything going on around you, it'll make everything just kind of fall into place that much more when you zero in on specific trades, on specific plays and stuff. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's read through this and then we'll kind of call it there. All right, so hey, what's up, guys? I made the following adjustments to my portfolio if you want to check them out. Note the new and altered positions in the actual portfolio will be bold. So that's just like a copy and paste I put in before every letter. The newsletter does arrive in your email looking like this. So this is a nice HTML template. So yeah, this is what you'll see in your inbox every morning. I send this out about an hour and a half prior to market close. So I do send this out during market hours, and I send it out every morning. I haven't missed a day yet, and that's my obligation. I never plan on missing a day as long as I'm doing this, okay? So, damn, guys, the record days just keep coming. It makes sense, though. As your positions scale up, it takes less of a percentage gain to see your USD returns. Okay, yeah, so it makes perfect sense. The more you scale your portfolio, the less of a percentage return you're going to have to see for those dollar gains. All right, I set the goal not too long ago of hitting the elusive 100K in my Robinhood trading account, and I finally achieved that goal this morning. That's a huge milestone for myself personally, and I'm extremely thankful that I've been able to share this journey with you guys. Also, I know you guys know this isn't investment advice, but I also imagine you guys are seeing some green as well. So remember that, you guys, this is never investment advice. I want to do this to show you guys how I operate personally. You guys know the deal on days like today. Realize some profits, reap the rewards of your efforts, and eat some expensive food because you deserve to treat yourself. We're eating good tonight, guys. Trust me. Riot Blockchain and Marathon Patent Group were once again today's big drivers. If you didn't watch the first edition of Crypto Convo I posted this morning, I recommend you do. I detailed my fundamental beliefs on these stocks as well as the crypto space pretty well. As crazy as it may sound, I truly believe that this is just the beginning for this sector. The second cryptocurrency bull run is upon us, and with so many new retail investors in the game, they'll be looking to get a piece of stocks like Riot and Mara. Also, these stocks are still tiny. I want to make this very clear, you guys. I'm not going to be day trading these positions. I learned the hard way in 2017 not to try to predict what will happen in a bull market. When the crypto bulls release, trust me, it's unlike any other rally in the markets. My plan is to take some profits on days like today and add on the dips. The strategy can be mentally taxing. It takes a rational mind and strong hands to properly execute. There's strong hands. Trust me, though, strong hands and sound minds always win in the long run. So I 100% agree with myself, and I wrote that. Strong hands, sound minds always win in the long run. That is a principle right there. Although I took some profits, right, and Mar are still my largest call positions. I'm still bullish, and I still think these things have a way further way to go. Volatility is to be expected, but I'll do my best to navigate it. I'll keep you guys posted. The night is still young for this sector. Moderna beat earnings technically, but the stock is seeing some red. Unfortunately, I can't wait for them to release their phase 3 trial data and watch the stock soar. Until then, though, the rest of the sector is killing it in the wake of an unimpressive mRNA earnings call. If you guys watch the stock watch I just posted, I talked about seeing what would happen here from a psychological perspective. Now we know what may play out in the future scenarios similar to this. My mRNA and Inovio positions are now the same size. I'm sticking with INO as my counter vaccine play, keeping it simple here. I'm still bullish on Sorrento. I'm waiting for a dip for it to dip just a bit more, then I'll pick up some more contracts. It'll be very interesting to see how the vaccine sector's success will impact a treatment company like Sorrento. That's the stuff you guys have to keep an eye on. That data will come in handy in the future. Anyway, congrats to all of you who are eating good tonight. Been on fire lately. I still feel like we're just getting started. There's no one I'd rather share these experiences with than the Waves family. I love you guys. So, I love you guys, a little too personal. Love you guys. Green heart in there. So I truly do appreciate you guys sticking with me, especially if you're up until this point, just hearing me ramble. So again, there's no one I'd rather share, not just the newsletter, but I feel the same way about all my YouTube, just all of you guys watching as well. And again, if you've been here from the beginning, you're day one. I truly appreciate you. If you're new, I appreciate you as well. And yeah, I'm just super excited to share this experience, share these super exciting times with you guys. And yeah, just the money's awesome. I love making money. Don't get me wrong. The money's awesome. Being right is great. But knowing that I'm sharing experiences like today with you guys, and I see the comments. Like, I'm not just saying this. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Like, I see the comments. I know you guys are winning. Someone's like debating. One of my OG followers is just talking to me about how he's thinking about getting a new car. Okay, so that's the stuff that feels good. That's way more fulfilling than money. Again, money's awesome. Money's great. Money can do a lot of good. But this stuff is way more fulfilling, trust me, guys. And I'm just so thankful for the community that we're building around here. And to more to come. Cheers to more to come, you guys. Once again, if you guys do want to sign up for this, check out the Complete Portfolio Daily newsletter. First link in the description. $15 a month. I mean, I'm honestly thinking about raising. I'm not going to raise the price, but I'm definitely considering it. Just considering everyone who's talking about it says it's too cheap, and they're seeing rewards. But again, you guys, remember, been on fire lately. I've been wrong many times in my life. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we have been on fire lately. So if you're not part of it yet, what are you doing? Okay? So I do appreciate you guys. I truly do. And until next time, you guys, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace. Later.